Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare Lincoln pennies coin that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. We're diving deep into the amazing world of the 2009 United States 1-cent coin known as the Lincoln Cent Formative Years Edition. This coin isn't just a simple penny, it's a piece of history, packed with value, mystery, and potential fortune. Whether you're a passionate collector or someone just getting into coin hunting, you're going to want to stick around until the very end, because we're revealing everything that makes this coin so unique, so rare, and why some versions of it have been sold for eye-watering amounts at auctions across the country. Let's take a closer look at what makes the 2009 Lincoln Cent Formative Years so special. This coin was released to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent itself. What sets this particular coin apart is its reverse design. It shows young Lincoln sitting on a log reading a book, symbolizing his childhood years and dedication to education and self-growth. But here's the real excitement: only in 2009 was this design struck, and it's no longer being produced. That alone boosts its collectability. Now here's where it gets thrilling for collectors and treasure hunters. Some of these 2009 Lincoln Formative Years cents were struck with fascinating errors that make them incredibly rare and extremely valuable. One of the most sought-after varieties is the extra finger, or sixth finger, error, where Lincoln's hand appears to have an additional thumb or finger due to a die clash or over-polishing during minting. These coins can fetch unbelievable prices when found in mint condition or even slightly circulated ones with visible errors. In some auctions, such pieces have sold for over $200, and in private sales, even higher, especially when they've been graded by PCGS or NGC. But even without errors, if you have a 2009 D or 2009 P Lincoln Formative Years cent in uncirculated or high-grade condition, especially in MS66 or MS67 red, it could be worth anywhere from $10 to $30 or more depending on the demand and buyer. Collectors from cities like Chicago, New York, and San Francisco have paid premium prices for pristine examples, especially those still shining with their original red luster. Coins that have been well preserved, stored safely, and untouched by circulation are always in high demand among enthusiasts. Now here's a golden tip for collectors watching this: always check the hand on the reverse of this coin closely with a magnifying glass or loupe. If you spot an extra finger or anything unusual in the detailing of Lincoln's hand, you might be holding onto a jackpot. Also, focus on getting your coins graded professionally. A simple penny worth 1 cent to the average eye can jump to hundreds when it's slabbed and certified as a high-grade error or variety. And yes, many of these coins have been found in pocket change, rolls from the bank, and even in old jars forgotten for years. The coin community absolutely loves the 2009 Lincoln series because it tells a story. It reflects Lincoln's life journey through 4 beautifully designed reverses, but the Formative Years version stands out because of its rich symbolism and the error varieties tied to it. That's what makes it so desirable, especially in today's collector's market. There's real excitement in finding one with an error or in high grade. It's like holding a small piece of American legacy in your hands, and that's something people are willing to pay big money for. So whether you're just starting out or you've been collecting for years, keep your eyes open for the 2009 Lincoln Formative Years cent. It's more than just a coin, it's a treasure hunt waiting to happen. And remember, condition is king, but uniqueness is what turns your find into fortune. Many of these coins have already been sold at auction for over $175, and some unique error specimens have gone for more than $300 in cities like Las Vegas and Houston. Just imagine finding one in your loose change and turning it into a valuable addition to your collection or even a profitable sale. Top 2, we're diving into one of the most overlooked yet exciting coins in American history, the 2009 United States 1-cent coin, the Lincoln Birth and Childhood Cent. This isn't your ordinary penny, and once you know what makes it so unique and rare, you'll never look at pocket change the same way again. Collectors all over the country are searching for this coin, and you're about to find out why some versions are turning up in auctions and selling for way more than just 1 cent. Now what makes the 2009 Birth and Childhood Lincoln cent so special is its beautiful and symbolic design. it was released to honor Abraham Lincoln's early years growing up in a small log cabin in Kentucky. The reverse shows a young Lincoln sitting in front of that cabin, representing the humble beginnings of one of America's greatest presidents. This was part of a 4-coin series celebrating the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and this particular design marked the very start of his life journey. It's more than a coin, it's a tribute to history. What many collectors don't realize is how limited this design was and how many small details can make a big difference in its value. While millions were struck, not all were struck perfectly. And that's where the thrill begins, because some of these coins have rare minting errors and special conditions that can boost their value into serious money. Imagine finding a coin that has a double die reverse or even a misaligned strike. Those types of errors are like hitting the coin jackpot, and they're out there waiting to be discovered. One of the most exciting parts about the 2009 Lincoln birth and childhood cent is the hunt itself. These coins have turned up in change jars across the country and even in customer coin rolls from banks. Collectors from cities like Philadelphia, Denver, and even collectors in coin shows in Atlanta and Dallas have reported finding examples that graded high or had mint errors and sold for incredible amounts. Here's a tip every coin hunter should know: when you're checking this coin, look closely at the details of the log cabin and Lincoln's figure. If you notice any doubling in the text or odd marks on the cabin's logs or Lincoln's outline, you may be looking at a valuable error coin. Coins that are graded MS66 or higher are in demand, especially when they keep that original red shine. Collectors and dealers pay premium prices for pieces with sharp details and luster that makes them pop like they were just minted yesterday. You might be asking, what's the real money behind this penny? Well, here's the exciting part. Some pristine uncirculated examples of the 2009 birth and childhood Lincoln cent have sold in the market for over $30 in places like Coin Expos in Chicago and collector auctions in Phoenix. Rare error coins with doubling or off-center strikes have reached even higher values, crossing $100 in private sales and verified online auctions. Just imagine the thrill of finding one in your own pocket or coin roll and knowing it's worth so much more than just face value. This coin is not only special because of Lincoln's history but because of the potential it holds for collectors today. It's a piece of the American story, and it's becoming more appreciated with time. As fewer perfect examples remain in circulation, their value continues to rise, and that's exactly why this penny has become a favorite among serious collectors and passionate coin finders. So keep your eyes sharp and your hands ready, because the 2009 Lincoln birth and childhood cent might just be your next treasure. Check your change, visit your local coin shops, go to the coin shows, and keep hunting, because this is a coin that proves the smallest things can hold the biggest surprises. And yes, in today's collector market, this little beauty has been known to sell for $35 in mint state condition, and error versions have crossed $150 in coin auctions held in California and New York. Top 3. Have you ever looked at a simple penny and thought it could change your life? Because what if I told you there's a 1-cent coin from 1980 that has been sold for a jaw-dropping amount, and it could be sitting unnoticed in someone's change jar right now? In this video we're going deep into the mystery of the 1980 Lincoln cent, a coin that looks ordinary on the outside but has hidden secrets that have turned it into a collector's dream and made it worth as much as $54,000 in certain rare cases. Now, before you rush to check your coins, let me tell you exactly what makes this penny so special and why serious collectors from all over the world are chasing after it. The 1980 Lincoln cent was minted during a time when copper cents were still the standard, and that makes it more valuable than the modern zinc coins to begin with. But the real value comes when we talk about the rare mint errors and die varieties that occurred during that year's production. One of the most talked about and valuable versions of the 1980 Lincoln cent includes dramatic double die errors, where parts of the design, like the date or the word liberty or "In God We Trust," appear doubled to the naked eye. These doubling effects are not just small marks, they are clear, crisp extra impressions that were created during a rare mistake in the minting process, and they turn a common coin into a rare collectible treasure. Some collectors have also discovered rare off-center strikes and coins struck on the wrong planchets, like a cent mistakenly struck on a dime blank or foreign coin metal. These kinds of mint errors are not only visually shocking but extremely valuable, especially when certified and authenticated by major grading companies. Now here's the part that every collector and coin lover needs to hear. If you find a 1980 Lincoln cent with these features and it's in brilliant uncirculated condition, especially graded MS66 or higher, you could be holding a coin that sells not for cents but for thousands of dollars. And yes, the most rare and desirable example of the 1980 Lincoln cent with the perfect storm of error and condition has sold for an astonishing $54,000 at a major auction held in Florida, and another similar one went for over $40,000 in a private collector sale in Texas. Tips for collectors hunting this coin are simple but powerful. Always check the lettering and the date closely with a magnifying glass or coin loop. Look for strong doubling, especially on the numbers and the inscriptions. Pay attention to the edges and see if there's any sign of the coin being off-center or if the rim looks incomplete. Also keep an eye on the weight. A genuine 1980 cent should weigh around 3.11 grams. If it's far off, it could be struck on the wrong planchet, which is a big deal in the collector world. And don't forget the power of professional grading. If you find a coin you believe has these traits, send it to a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can authenticate and encapsulate your coin, which instantly increases its market value and protects its condition. The demand for rare Lincoln cents is hotter than ever, and the 1980 cent is right at the center of this wave. Collectors young and old are chasing these coins with passion, and the prices have only been going up in auctions, coin shows and private sales. From New York to Los Angeles, from Denver to Atlanta, this coin has made serious headlines and serious money, so keep checking those penny jars. Dive into those old coin rolls and never overlook the power of a single cent, because one lucky find might just lead you to a coin that's been sold for $54,000, and that's not just a dream, that's a real number backed by real collectors and real auction sales. Top 4, we're talking about a very special and often overlooked coin, the 1967 Lincoln cent. This isn't just any old penny, it's a piece of American history struck during a time of transition at the U.S. Mint, and what makes it more exciting is that collectors all over the country are still hunting for rare versions of this coin that can sell for surprising amounts. Now you might be wondering what makes the 1967 Lincoln cent so special. Well, here's the thrill. 1967 was a unique year in U.S. coin production. It came right after the coin shortage of the early 60s, and during that time the U.S. Mint stopped putting mint marks on coins, which means no P, no D, and no S on any cent struck that year. That detail alone makes it stand out to collectors because it marked a temporary change in how coins were made and tracked. But that's not all. The real reason why this penny can be worth real money is because of the rare mint errors that occurred during its production. There are 1967 Lincoln cents out there with striking mistakes like double die obverse, strong off-center strikes, and even rare clipped planchets. These errors make each of those coins not just collectible but extremely valuable depending on the severity and the condition of the coin. For example, a bold double die obverse where the date or the word Liberty appears doubled can turn this 1-cent coin into a showpiece for collectors, and when paired with high condition grades like MS65 or MS66, it can easily become the highlight of a coin collection. Coins with off-center errors or broad strikes can also catch high interest, especially if the mistake is visually clear and dramatic. Collectors love coins that show something clearly went wrong at the mint. Collectors from cities like Phoenix, Chicago, and Miami have reported paying serious money for clean error examples of this coin, and they're always on the lookout for raw or ungraded versions in coin shows, flea markets, and online auctions. A collector's eyes light up when they find a clean 1967 cent with sharp features, full original red color, and an obvious error. It's not just a coin, it's a prize. Here's a tip: if you're coin hunting, make sure to examine every 1967 penny carefully under bright light. Use a magnifying glass or a 10x loupe. Check the date, the inscriptions, and the rim. If something looks off or doubled, you might just have something valuable in your hand. And don't be afraid to get it professionally graded, because the right label from PCGS or NGC can boost your coin's value tremendously, especially if it's a rare error or high-grade uncirculated example. The beauty of the 1967 Lincoln cent is how many surprises it can hold despite being such a common coin in circulation. And because mint marks were intentionally left off that year, there's always a little mystery around every piece you find, which makes collecting it even more exciting. There's still time to hunt these coins down, and they're out there in old jars, boxes, and even in penny rolls sitting on bank shelves right now, waiting to be discovered by someone like you. One of the most impressive examples of a rare 1967 Lincoln cent with a bold double die and full red uncirculated condition was sold in an auction for nearly $5,000, and other error types have been sold in markets like Los Angeles and coin shows in New York for prices ranging from $150 to over $2,000 depending on the rarity and the grade. Top 5, and last rare coin, we're unlocking the secrets of the 1966 Lincoln cent. Yes, that simple little penny could be worth way more than just 1 cent, and if you're lucky enough to find the right one, you might be holding a hidden treasure that collectors are chasing across the country. This coin might seem ordinary at first glance, but there's more to the 1966 Lincoln cent than meets the eye. It was struck during a very special time in U.S. mint history, right in the middle of the Post-Coinage Act changes. The mint had recently removed mint marks from all coins to discourage hoarding, which means every 1966 cent you'll find won't have a D or S on it, and that makes this year feel like a mystery every time you flip one over. But here's where it gets truly exciting. There are rare error versions of this coin that have sold for shocking amounts in auctions and private sales. We're talking about striking errors like off-center strikes, double die obverse and reverse die cracks, and even some extremely scarce examples struck on the wrong metal planchet. That means someone out there found a penny with a big mistake on it and turned that little coin into big money, and it could happen to you too. Collectors love these kinds of coins because they combine historic importance with eye-catching uniqueness. A 1966 Lincoln cent with a clear double die, especially on the date or the word liberty, can demand high interest, and if the coin is in red uncirculated condition it becomes even more valuable. There have even been examples of this coin struck off-center by more than 50%, which makes the design look totally wild, and those coins are incredibly collectible. Now if you're wondering how to spot one of these valuable coins, let me give you a tip from real collectors. Get yourself a magnifying glass or a 10x jeweler's loupe and study the details of the coin. Look for doubling in the lettering and numbers, check the edges for uneven shapes or thickness, and feel the weight in your fingers. If something seems off or unusual, don't ignore it. Sometimes it's those small signs that lead to the biggest discoveries, and if you do find something interesting, the next best step is to get your coin professionally graded and authenticated by a top service like PCGS or NGC. A certified coin is easier to sell and can bring in much higher offers, especially when buyers see that it's been verified and preserved. Collectors from cities like Detroit, Atlanta, and Sacramento have been known to pay serious amounts for the right 1966 era penny, especially in mint condition or with dramatic striking mistakes. In some cases these coins have crossed the auction block for amazing numbers, and they continue to rise in value as more collectors realize how limited and special these versions are. So don't pass up those pennies lying around in jars and drawers, because one of them could turn into something much bigger. The thrill of finding a rare error coin isn't just about the money, it's about the story, the history, and the excitement of discovery, and that's what makes coin collecting so powerful. One of the most valuable 1966 Lincoln cents with a rare off-center strike and in nearly perfect red mint state condition was sold at auction for over $1,800, and in another private sale a collector paid $1,200 for a dramatic double die variety with crisp clean details and full luster. So keep hunting, keep collecting, and never underestimate the power of a single penny, especially not the 1966 Lincoln cent, which proves once again that even the smallest coin can carry a story and value far beyond its face.